Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Spike, and in today's video we're talking about Project Motor Racing and Straight4 Studios' most recent update, in which they have said that they're going to be letting staff go, and I guess this is in response to the game's launch being very unsuccessful and the amount of refunds and the damage done to the brand and the product that's probably not going to be 100% recoverable at this point. In the statement they've said that after exploring every possible alternative, they've reached the conclusion that they've had to reduce the size of the team. The decision is not a reflection of talent or dedication of people. Every individual who worked on Project Motor Racing poured passion into it, and we're profoundly grateful for their contributions. We recognise the personal weight of this moment, and we are committed to supporting each departing team member with care and respect. So that's the first two paragraphs, and the rest of the statement is more kind of PR, damage control. Straight4 remains fully committed to improving and supporting Project Motor Racing. We know the launch didn't meet expectations of our community or the standards we set for ourselves. Blah 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 blah. I think what I'm finding frustrating as a consumer at this point is that they are claiming that they're being transparent with us, and yet they walked into this release with a title that was absolutely nowhere near being launch ready, and they still sold it and they still marketed it as a full release. I think the leadership behind Straight4 Studios, the executive team or senior management, have got some major questions to answer here, because they've walked into this one, they've played ignorant, and now they are paying the price, or their staff, by the looks of things, are paying the price for their lack of intervention. In terms of intervention, I think they should have delayed the release. I think they were past the point of selling it as an early access product because they'd already marketed it as a full release and sold pre-orders as such. I think many people that purchased the game have sought refunds. I don't have the figures in front of me. I'm not sure if they exist anywhere, whether you can accumulate the amount of refunds, but from what I've seen online, a lot of people have chosen to refund this either through Steam or by contacting PlayStation or Microsoft stores to get their money back. And it's probably that loss of revenue that has led to this statement, this letting go of staff. And what annoys me about this is that only the first two paragraphs are reserved for the human beings that are involved here, for the jobs that have been lost at this time of year. On the 7th of December 2023, Ian Bell tweeted, "Merry Christmas EA staff, small organisation restructuring to enable blah blah bollocks. It's Christmas, you bunch of corporate pricks." That tweet was his response to EA letting go of Codemaster staff, the developers for the F1 and WRC games, around Christmas time in 2023. Essentially, that surely makes Ian Bell a hypocrite. This is, as far as I can tell, exactly the same thing. Developers paying the price for poor management, poor executive leadership, and poor decision making at crucial development points up until and including the release, and as a result they're paying for this with their jobs. Sorry for the more negative video today, folks, but I just wanted to share some honest, unfiltered thoughts. And to be honest, Straight4 Studios, the execs, they've got some questions to answer, I think. Why did they market it, price it, and sell it as a full title? Why was there no intervention before it was launched in the condition that it was launched in? Why were they not prepared for the negative reception? It seems to me like they've not been honest with themselves or with us, the consumers, because it seems to me in a lot of their statements they've almost acted surprised at how it's been received by the community. And to be honest, they should have known that this was not ready, and they should not have let it release in the state. And lastly, and probably most importantly at this point, why are they letting their staff, their team members, take the hit here with their jobs at this time of year? To me, it doesn't add up, and I think the execs and the leadership at Straight4 have got some serious questions to answer. We've also got some patch notes. This comment was added to this social media post. So they posted the statement on their socials, and then the top comment was the patch notes. A bit of a strange way to release your patch notes to the community, but rolling with the punches, I guess, at this stage. Patch notes then refer to some improved handling across multiple classes and a range of additional improvements, so kind of vague. And then they also talk about the Project Motor Racing DLC roadmap not changing, which I hope it isn't, because lots of people have already paid for that DLC, so they have an end of the bargain to uphold there. In this last comment, they say that in the coming weeks we'll also be sharing our medium-term roadmap. Well, that kind of goes against what they said in their message to the community the day of the launch, when they said that in the coming days we'd get a full roadmap of updates and fixes as they were planned. And here we are 2 weeks later without a roadmap, and the terminology has changed to a medium-term roadmap, which feels a bit different to what they outlined previously in their message to the community on the day of the launch. So yeah, it feels like the messaging has been inconsistent and sporadic, and I don't think that has helped the situation from a consumer confidence point of view. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here for today, folks. I will be back to look at this update when it does release later in the week. For now, let me know your comments down below, and I shall see you in the next one.